All right, let's talk more NFL draft and a big day for Ole Miss quarterback Matt Corral. He'll hold his pro day from Oxford today in front of NFL personnel. Corral is the third-ranked quarterback in the draft, according to both Todd McShay and Mel Kiper. Kiper has 3 quarterbacks going in the first round in his latest mock draft, which you can check out on ESPN.com, of course. None are going in the top 15. Mel has Kenny Pickett first off the board at 18 to the Saints, followed by Malik Willis at 20 to the Steelers. Matt Corral goes with the last pick in the first round to the Lions in a mock trade with the Rams. Todd McShay is in Oxford for Corral's pro day and is with me now. Todd, what do you need to see from Corral today in his workout?
2 things. First of all, Max, the health. Coming off that right ankle injury in the bowl game, he's going to run a 40-yard dash. I also was told that he may do some of the shuttles, like the short shuttle or long shuttle, maybe the 3-cone, which is surprising because you think that would put extra pressure on an ankle with the short cutting and the change of direction. But if he does, I don't care what the time is. I just care that he's healthy enough to throw the football and shows that he can go through that and that everything is back to 100% with that right ankle. Because remember, that's the leg he drives off of. And then in the throwing workout, I want to see about the deep ball accuracy. He completed just 39.5% of his throws, 20-plus yards down the field. This is an offense heavy in the RPOs, a lot of quick game, the quick slants, quick outs off of the play fake. And so he's great with that. But when he has to throw NFL-style throws, the 20, 25-yard intermediate anticipatory throws, that's when his tape has been a little bit up and down, and then down the field a little bit inconsistent with the accuracy as well on vertical shots. So I want to see how he does 20 yards beyond coming from this system that didn't feature a whole lot of that compared to the other quarterbacks in this class.
What are the chances he jumps Pickett and Willis on draft boards over the next month? Like, is there anything he can do today to help his cause there?
Well, stay healthy, prove you're healthy, get all the medical results. Then, honestly, at this point, it's all about the interviews. You got to get a team to fall in love with you, with your personality, your leadership, and it's easy to fall in love with this guy. I've had a general manager recently call him Braveheart. He galvanizes the team and everyone around him, and he's so courageous and tough in the way he competes. I know teams there's at least one team I can say that has him as the number 1 quarterback on their board. There's at least one team that has Desmond Ridder from Cincinnati as the number 1 quarterback on their board. And then there are multiple teams that have Pickett number 1, Willis 2, or Willis number 1 and Pickett 2. So it's going to be fascinating, Max. I mean, you look at it, these quarterbacks typically don't belong in the top 10. But the teams that really need quarterbacks are in the top 10. Talking about Detroit at 2, Carolina at 6, Atlanta at 8, and Seattle at 9. But then after that, you got to go all the way down to Pittsburgh at 20 before a team needs a quarterback. And so it's going to be interesting to see does a team trade back in to go get him, like Atlanta or Seattle, have multiple picks to go back in ahead of Detroit with that 32nd pick, or do these quarterbacks fall maybe to where they belong in terms of where their grade is?
No, trade up. I want the Giants to trade back, grab Linderbaum, and get some more draft capital. Please, someone trade up. Thanks, Todd.
Always bring it there.
You know it. Here's a look at the numbers from the top quarterbacks in the draft. Kenny Pickett and Matt Corral had very similar stats in 2021, except for Pickett's amazing 42-7 touchdown to interception ratio. Willis' stats were worse by comparison. He had a 70 total QBR, and the other two posted QBRs of 81. Let's bring in ESPN draft analyst and scout Matt Miller. Matt, both our Mel Kiper and Todd McShay say Corral is the 3rd best quarterback available in this draft behind Pickett and Willis. How does Corral compare to those guys?
Yeah, Max, I actually have him graded right there with Mel and Todd as the number 3 quarterback in this class. I think what makes him interesting is the highs for Matt Corral are very good. And we saw that in 2021. He cut down on some of the turnovers after throwing 11 interceptions in just 2 games in 2020. He only threw 5 in all of 2021. So the highs for him are incredible. I would say the highs are comparable to Zach Wilson, who went number 2 overall in the 2021 draft to the New York Jets. He's very quick in and out of the pocket. He does have the arm strength to throw downfield. That's where his inaccuracy tends to show up at times. But he is this type of scorer that we want at the quarterback position right now, where he can beat you with his arm, he can beat you with his legs. I think that's what we want to see today as the pro day finishes, is how well does he move on some of these throws? How well does he move through the shuttles that Todd mentioned? I think the injury evaluation and the interview are as important as any throw he can make, though.
Listed at 6'2", is that right? Is he 6'2"?
It's going to be close.
Yeah.
I've not stood next to him. He's taller than me. How about that?
Okay, there you go. Well, I don't know. How tall are you, Matt? Mel has Corral going 32nd overall to the Lions. Do you believe he's more likely to rise or fall?
Yeah, I would take the under on that. I think he goes earlier than 32, I should say. I could see teams like the New Orleans Saints, the Pittsburgh Steelers. If the Seattle Seahawks try to get back into round one, remember they have 2 second-round picks. I tend to believe that after the pro day, Malik Willis is going to go in the top 10. I think Kenny Pickett has a chance to go in the top 20, and that could open the door for someone like Matt Corral. The Pittsburgh Steelers are getting their frequent flyer miles. They're all over the country to these pro days. They could be missing out at number 20 on Willis, on Pickett. That could put them in position today to fall in love with Matt Corral, who, again, he does have that dual threat ability that teams want. And coming out of that Lane Kiffin offense, he cut down on the mistakes, cut down on the turnovers. I think that's huge for his profile this year.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.